Hey, I didn't even hit the intro, folks. Let me hit that. Jesus, we're all sorts of messed up. I'm going to hit the intro real quick so you get that cool intro that my boy Kenny made.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
I am that dude, Bodkins. Patty to patty. That's ridiculous. No way. There's nobody else out there. He's your guy. Give a big round of applause for the one and only BodkinShow. I'm going to repeat that again, folks. I didn't stutter. Welcome to the Bodkins Show. Well, welcome to another episode of the Bodkin Show, folks. So let's talk about last night first. I got to talk about that before we get into today and what's going on. It looks like we're going to be having some technical difficulties here. But so last night we had our NFL preview breakdown. I ended up getting real sick. I was sick before the show started. I had like I thought it was like indigestion and things like that. I was kind of throwing up, but I was like, hey, we'll still do the show. About halfway through the show, I started sweating real bad, getting real sick. And then I told Craig, hey, man, before we went on, I might have to dip out a second because I'm going to have to throw up. And sure enough, that's what happened. And I probably didn't stop throwing up till about 11 o'clock last night. So, but Kenny came on. Kenny and Craig saved the show. We still got through I think all the divisional picks and things like that. But the problem is, they talked a lot of fantasy, so please do check that out. I wanted that show to be great, have a lot of energy. And everything else. So I just didn't have it. My bad. Probably shouldn't have done the show in hindsight and just kind of waited till I felt better. But I'd rather have something I'm a man of my word, give you guys what you need, what you want. So that's what happened. Spent all night in the ER. Got home at 4 o'clock this morning. Was told I have gallstones. So a gallbladder attack is what happened. Sick as a dog. Feel a lot better today. Got the little bit of energy back that I just didn't have last night. So thanks again for Kenny and Craig, who we'll be bringing on. So what's happening tonight? It looks like, I don't know what's going on. We were trying to live stream our NFL draft here, our fantasy draft. Don't know what's going on. The draft is open. We're 3 minutes from the draft, but Kenny is panicking because the draft order is not set up as it's supposed to be. So it's very interesting.
Hey. Don't fucking talk shit when I'm not on here. I'm not panicking, okay? I set the draft order months ago. Months ago, we set the draft order. What happens the day before the draft? Oh, I can't draft on time. Oh, I can't draft on time. Then we change shit, and now everything's messed up. Kenny ain't panicking. Nobody else can do their damn job. All you had to do is come on and frickin' draft on time.
Well, as you can see, he is panicking, folks. That's about as loudest and clearest you've ever heard him talk on the show, for dang sure. But hopefully a couple guys, I sent out the link to a couple guys in the league. Hopefully they'll be hopping on. We'll be talking to their draft. As we live draft, I'll be able to screen share the draft room. The draft it's supposed to start in like 3 minutes. I don't know if that's what's going to happen here. Kenny might have to change the time frame, and then we may restart over, or I might just have to do it on Bodkins and Buffoon at 8 instead of right now. I'm not too sure. Kenny's working on those technical difficulties. Landez is already commenting, not panicking at all. Yeah, exactly, Landez. But I can thank the boys enough for last night coming in. Kenny we thought he was going to have a baby, so he was going to be out, but then messaged me I was almost done. Like I was just trying to wrap up and get kind of his fantasy picks, but then him and Kenny stayed on, talked for about another 45 minutes of all things fantasy. But we're back in the saddle today, folks, ready to rock. We're going to bring Kenny in here so we can get an update on this live stream on our football here, our fantasy. It's a big money draft, 12-man league, full PPR. So we're excited to see kind of what happens here. It's my big money league, big buy-in, a league I've been playing in for a while. 2 years ago. Kenny is the reigning defending champion. Craig won 3 years ago, so we've all kind of had our moments in the sun and winning this league. Now we have a couple new guys who played fantasy, but bringing in new guys in, so we're worried to see what they can bring. We're also this team in this league drafts real funny. A lot of Missouri guys, so they draft a lot of Chiefs players. So, Kenny, where we at on the draft, big dog?
Full on panic. Fucking is what it is, man. We got to go with the random order. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not gonna. I know DDH don't want no F bombs, but so what happened, man, is we got a league of just people all around the world, all around the country, and some of us decided to go on random backpacking trips and tell everybody about it 2 days before the draft, and we changed some stuff, and some commissioners were locked out of some accounts, and boys, we just kind of got stuck with the order that we're in, and it looks like we were going to go with reverse order from the standings last year, which would have me drafting 12th, but instead I'm going to be drafting first. And it looks like from the group, everybody's read the message and ain't nobody bitching. So I think we just kind of got to go with it. The league will not let me change anything about the settings or the draft time this close to the draft. We have to take what we got.
Great. So I went from mock drafting at 6 for the last several months, and now I'm drafting 12. But hey, it'll be all right.
Hey,
I'll adapt and survive.
What we can do, and I'll put it in group, and we'll just kind of figure this thing out as we go. We're just going to go with what we got right now, and then at the end, this is people got money in this stuff, and we kind of were set up and mocked a certain way. So if we decide we want to redo it, we can schedule the draft for tomorrow or the next night, and we won't stream it or nothing. But we can just get it knocked out real quick with the right order. But we'll just kind of go with this. It looks like everybody's in group saying let it ride, so we're just going to let it ride.
Yeah, I'm in it to let it ride. Hey, we used to do my, it used to be like this back in the day, just drawn from the hat. So here we are. We are 43 seconds away. I'm going to try to share our draft screen here since Kenny's got the first pick. Kenny, how are you feeling? How are you feeling here on your first pick? Is it Jonathan Taylor? Is it CMC? You went from 12.
We're on the third pick, my friend.
We are. Jesus.
Yep, no, it went quick. The time was going down while I was talking to you guys, so I kind of just had to do what I had to do with that.
Okay.
I did go with Jonathan Taylor. I felt like that was the safest choice. That was the right choice. It's kind of the only choice there was really for 101.
All right, hold on a second. So Craig, you're up here. You got you're on the third pick here.
Yeah, I'm just bringing a guy back to the Dickens from last year and going with Austin Eckler here.
So Eckler picks 3. I didn't see who went 2. Does anybody know who went 2?
Yep. Taylor went 1, McCaffrey went 2, Eckler went 3, Cook went 4.
All right. Let's here we go. Let's share the screen here. And now we're at pick 7. Oh, that's me? No, I'm not on the clock yet.
No, Kelly's on the clock
You're
now.
12, big dog.
All right. Hold on. Add to stream. There we go. There we go. All right. So now we got the stream. It looks like Kelly's on the clock. I'm gonna
Got a receiver run going here. Cup, Jefferson, Adams, all 3 went.
So at least I get the back-to-back here on the turn here. So I wasn't prepared for any of this. I was mocking like crazy at 6. I was taking Cup. I had like 2 guys. Like 2 or 3 guys I was comfortable with at 6. Kenny, what's your draft at the 12 spot to help me out here since you've been drafting at the 12? And
I mean, dude, I've done at least 100 mocks from the freaking turn, man. I don't even know what to think about this draft right now. I think at the first turn, you're kind of going to look at
Najee just went
the best running back, best wide receiver you can, pass catcher or tight end, depending on where you think the most value is there, just because it's a long time before you pick again.
It is.
If on the mocks I did, if I liked 2 running backs that much, then I would chance it and go with it and try to get my pass catchers on the next round. But for the most part, I try to get one of each the first 3 turns just to try to solidify my roster kind of where it was with some balance.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. I mean, I drafted 10th last year, and I went pretty heavy on the wide receiver here, but we'll see what happens when it gets to mine. Oh, here he is. Of course, Landez first he went with Kelsey, and I'm on the clock.
Your team
Now,
is
you
now
want to
on
talk
the
about
clock.
people panicking on draft day? Landez probably did 100 mocks just today from the 3 spot and then woke up in the freaking 11th spot at draft time.
Kelsey in the first round, I don't hate it as much as I had in the past just because Tyreek is gone. I mean, Kelsey's always been a ball out there, but he's a clear-cut number 1 in Kansas City now.
In all my mocks from the turn, I was really looking at kind of where Bodkins is at right now. I was ending up with either Kelsey or Devontae pretty much every time, and I was ending up with we'll see what running backs he picks. I don't want to give too much away.
I'm looking here. I'm gonna go with
I was a big DeAndre
with
Swift, Aaron
Diggs.
Jones right there at that turn. I like.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Diggs here, and then I'm still on the clock.
You're bringing him back, right? Didn't you have Diggs or no?
Yeah, I had him last year, and then I'm gonna reach. It's not really a reach, but I like Aaron Jones. I know he's not gonna come back to me. I expect big things for the Aaron Jones this year in the draft. This year, I think he's gonna catch a lot of balls for the Packers. So at the turn here, we went Diggs and Aaron Jones.
Yeah, no, I know you were sick yesterday, but Aaron Jones was one of the backs that I was valuing a little bit higher. I have him as a top 10 back. I think that's a good pick.
Yeah, I think it's either Aaron Jones or DeAndre Swift right there, kind of where you're at, and I think you couldn't go wrong either way. I would have picked Aaron Jones there for the most part too.
Yeah, that's just who I kind of liked there at that point. So we are back to
Landez and wide receiver 4. So
no doubt, we got some comments rolling already. It's probably Landez here. If Kenny wins, we ride. Exactly.
Now people think that I've been mocking from the 1 for the last 2 months, and
yeah, exactly. And that's it, Craig. That's exactly what happened. Landez will probably draft Butker here. I showed the board, Landez. I got it up here now, so it just took me a minute.
Landez went Josh Allen.
Landez already back to Landez doing Landez things, taking Kelsey and Josh Allen. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we wanted the draft that way, but it's all good. Like, hey, if in this league, you're good, right? Don't matter where you draft at.
Yeah, I mean,
if you've done your homework.
I think this is the 5th year I'm in this league, and it's the 5th year that something chaotic has happened on draft day. That's just
hence why we it's called drama free, because there's always some sort of drama. Who's getting 55 points a week? Looks like Kelly's drafting right now. He's going to take. Let's see what he takes here. A lot of good players. Who are you guys thinking here? We're at Kelly's spot. Kelly's probably listening. You guys don't want to give out too much information, huh?
Yeah,
you already picked your 2nd round pick. I didn't, so I don't really want to let it all rip.
You don't know where other guys value people, you know? I mean, that's kind of part of the draft here, is to see what they're thinking, you know?
Yeah. Kelly's going to rewind it down all the way to the bottom of the barrel here.
Mark Andrews.
Ooh, he went tight end early. And now we're back to Richie here. Don't forget about me. Leonard Fournette's still there. Maybe he brings back Lenny from last year.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's good with everything. We're rolling with what we got.
Yeah, they're not drafting 12th. That's why.
Yeah, no, listen, they didn't get stuck drafting first either. Mendez taking Fournette. What is Craig going to do? Is he going to go running back wide receiver or running back?
I mean, at this point, I'm bringing back the squad from last year, it looks like, because I'm pretty happy that DeAndre Swift fell back to me here. So
hey, I'm happy if you get second and I get first again. I'm all right with
that.
Every year, ever since I won, you guys just try to stack the chips against me. I feel like this is collusion here, having me say I'm going to draft 6, and then miraculously, somehow I'm drafting 12.
Man, I was ready for the 11th spot. I've been prepping for
last year. Everything changed at the last minute. We were adding different things, somehow I got kicked. Somehow, it's like, oh, the rules changed once Bodkins wins. Now we got to change everything.
Listen, sometimes it's us against the world, sometimes it's us against you, and then it gets us one of these. I wanted to hang that up on the wall right behind me above the headboard for the draft, but
you're up there, Tinkertown.
I'm over here dicking off everything else.
Tinkertown.
That's all right. You can auto draft. So, Craig, who did you take? You took Swift at 2 on that.
Yeah, I took
on the third here. A lot of good players out there at the turn. I mean, you're looking at somebody like CeeDee Lamb, the number 1 guy, Nick Chubb. I mean, Zeke's kind of fallen all the way. He was going in the first round a lot of times. You know, Craig's Monty's still there. I mean, some good players still here, still sitting here at for Kenny here at the turn.
Yes, there are, and just kind of sitting there trying to decide which route you want to go with it. And I just hate having my heart and my fantasy lining up together, and I just don't know how else to do it.
Are you taking the Cowboys?
CD there.
Oh, I thought you were going to take both. Are you going to take both Cowboys, Zeke and
I'm absolutely not going to touch Zeke Elliott, boys. I will guarantee you that right now.
Yeah, Kenny said on the show yesterday, Zeke in the 3rd is too high.
Now it's just, what do you do here, boys? What do you do here?
I mean, still quite a bit here.
Craig when the time comes. Just so I can throw it at Craig when the time comes.
Ooh.
Who is
okay? He took David Montgomery there.
It was him or Chubb.
Oh man.
I mean, shoot, yeah. You guys gonna let Nick Chubb fall to me too? That's the same 3 running backs I had last year.
Yeah.
He did. All right, so you're gonna take Chubb again?
I don't know. I don't know if I want to stack three running backs here. I mean, there's some good coaches out there.
Evan took Chubb, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you're on the clock here, Craig.
I know what I would do if I was Craig.
So I'm torn between 2 decisions right here.
I can't even highlight. I don't want to highlight my stuff because you guys are. Well, I guess I'm next, so I can highlight. Everybody else on the stream though watch it, so I can't even highlight the players I want to highlight.
Oh, I didn't realize that. That's the way you were showing that. Yeah. And you can't have it in 2 windows either. Because I was going to say you could have one with just the draft log up, but.
Yeah, no. So this is just the route I'm doing here. So I was kind of scrolling to see who's left, who I like, and I was like, oh shit, if I leave it on somebody's going to take that hint. Like, oh, Bodkins is going to go this guy. I better snag him.
Oh, boys. Who's up?
It's me. Sorry. I'm going.
Yeah, Craig's taking a slow, sweet time here.
That is not the route I would have went, Mr. Coger.
Javonte Williams.
Even if I went back, that's not the route I would have went. But I probably would not have went back in your situation.
Man, I really wasn't planning on going back. But Javonte, I feel like the value is decent there.
Craig is the opposite of no running back. No running back. I'll take 4 running backs with my first 5 picks.
Yeah, no, that's how he rolls. His wide receiver 1 will be Amon-Ra St. Brown or something, but he'll be loaded with backs.
Hey. But then he'll try. Then it comes down to negotiations when he's going to need a receiver and run. You got the receivers and he's got the running backs.
You mean whenever him and Landez team up behind everybody's back and he sells Jamar Chase for a Gatorade cooler?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Where's Landez in the comments on that one?
Yeah, I feel like this is a 3-flex league, boys. I feel like having 3 good running backs is all right. I feel like Javonte was going kind of second round in a lot of mocks, which I thought was a little high, but if I could snag him in the 3rd round. The wide receiver pool gets pretty deep. I feel like here in the mid rounds, I like some of the guys I might be able
to. Them 200 plus point receivers on the season don't get pretty deep.
Yeah. Mike Evans was, he was tempting there.
I wouldn't have went. That would have went Keenan Allen in a heartbeat right there.
AJ Brown going. There's a guy. Prestige got his damn auto draft. I was looking at James Conner to take him, and
there goes
Prestige who's auto drafting. Yeah, somebody mentioned it. Kenny said Keenan Allen there. Justin Herbert, second quarterback taken here. Who was that? Was that Landez got?
No,
that was CD.
Oh, CD took Herbert. There's too many Chief logos. I need everybody to change the logos off of the Chiefs.
Okay, well, CD ain't got no Chiefs logo. He's got the name.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that. Pierce is up. Let's see what Pierce here. I mean, Zeke's still out there. Mike Pittman.
Mike Williams. Earlier, he was going with Josh Allen in the 2nd round no matter what.
Josh Allen's gone there. Pierce is sitting here on 2 running backs, so it'll be interesting to see what he does here.
Who's his 2 running backs? I didn't see who he took.
Yeah, on the stream there, if you click on board.
Yeah, they'll show everything.
Yeah,
click
on
Harrison. Harrison Mixon. I didn't realize Pierce had picked up Harrison Mixon on that.
Yeah, I almost did.
Oh boy!
If you click on that,
is that better? Yeah.
Man, Bodkins, that first turn, man, I didn't realize Joe Mixon was still sitting there. Mixon and Jones would have been a hell of a pair to take that first turn.
Yeah, I wanted to get a receiver and a back though, but
if I still had my 11th spot, I think Alvin Kamara would have been on my team.
Yeah, I looked at him too.
Are you just banking on the fact that he's just not going to get suspended this year?
Yes.
I mean, there's no talk about it right now.
And the fact that I don't trust anybody else that much on that offense. I mean, we don't know what's going on with Michael Thomas. They got a rookie. I mean,
man, Olave. A lot of people are high on Olave right now.
Yeah,
they are. But Alvin Kamara is going to be
because they don't. Michael Thomas is kind of hurt. No one really knows what's going on down there. That's the only reason. Like, if Michael Thomas ends up being healthy, which I know he's got a hammy right now, but if he ends up being healthy and they got Jarvis Landry, Olave is going to get some looks. But I mean, is he going to be 4th round, 5th round fantasy relevant?
Yeah,
because I think his ADP was like 5th round when I looked yesterday. Hey, that's a good view there.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to do this thing here.
But I have to switch over when I go to the draft board.
Yeah. Josh Jacobs, Michael Pittman.
Is it?
Your team is now on the clock.
Let's go to the board here.
So talking about slapping me.
Yeah, he's gonna arrest you and slap if you don't calm down. All right, let's look at the board here. I mean, a lot of guys. I'm gonna have to take Zeke here at this point in turn in the 4th. I mean, all the way to 4. All the way. I'm going to take Zeke. And then I'm going to double back and get another receiver here. I just don't know who. I like Mike Williams. I'm always worried that he's going to get hurt. Higgins is there. I've had Robinson before. I mean, Deontay Johnson, but he's kind of already banged up. I'm gonna have to take. I like Terry McLaurin as well. Man, And then I feel like you're getting down into some questionable guys as a, I like more as a receiver too. I'm going to have to go. Something tells me I want Mike Williams, but Keenan Allen's there. They got that offense. I'm going to go with Terry McLaurin.
Okay.
I almost went Gabe Davis, but I'm going to go with Terry as a wide receiver too, as the only guy on the team. I think Wentz is better than any quarterback he's had, and he's still been able to put up good numbers. So, and that's sad to say.
I don't think Wentz is better than any quarterback he's had.
Well, maybe a slight edge. I just felt like at Zeke there, I almost took Travis Etienne. That was a good pickup by JB.
Travis Etienne was also on my do not draft list.
He was on my too high list. I
he probably is
too rich for my blood at this area of the draft.
I mean, at that point in time, all the way where at the turn on the 4th round, why not take Zeke? I just like the value there at that point in time.
I like the value of Zeke about the end of the 5th round.
Yeah, there's no way he would have fell to me there, so I'll take him at where I took him.
He wouldn't have. You're going to get the person that's going to outperform him at that spot.
Yeah. You Tony Pollard. You're high on Pollard.
Yeah, I mean, the way he finished the season last year, Zeke was already a little banged up. He looked more explosive. He's gonna be running the slot some. Tony Pollard is going to outperform Zeke this year.
I'm banking on. Hopefully McCarthy will stick to the run. Which why did I take that? Why did I even say that? Because we know that ain't going to happen. Let's see, who are we at here?
He just took Mike Williams.
Yeah, I almost went Mike Williams. I was real close. I would
have went T. Higgins if I was you in your spot instead of McLaurin.
Yeah, again, that's just a lot of mouths to feed there in that draft, in that team. So Mike Williams. That's why I did like Higgins and Mike Williams. Yeah, that's true.
I don't think you can really go wrong with any of those guys. I mean, your logic of picking Terry because he's the guaranteed number 1 there, fits.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, you're picking a number 2 if you pick anybody else. So, that logic works.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt it. Hey, let me take the guy that's the best guy, Yeah,
if you get the best of Wentz and the best of Terry is going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Who knows what the best of Wentz is, but Michael Pittman was pretty good last year in fantasy with Wentz throwing the ball.
And fantasy-wise, Terry McLaurin's been somewhat quarterback-proof.
Yeah, that's true. He's had.
That's what happens whenever you got no offensive line and nobody else to throw the ball to.
Yeah. So then we have. We're waiting on back on CD here. He has Justin. Took Herbert, Kamara. I didn't see who took there in the first.
Man, I was hoping Waller would get back to me. I hate you, CD.
I'm a big weight on the old tight ends and quarterback guy. You know what I mean? They'll probably be my last 2 picks.
The thing is, where Waller's getting picked right now, he's going to outperform a lot of those wide receivers. So you're picking another wide receiver there.
Kelly taking Cam Akers. I feel like that's a huge stretch right here in the 4th.
It's not any more of a stretch than you taking Zeke at the end of the 3rd.
I like that dude. I like Mitchell there at that Richie just took.
If you were dying yesterday in the show, you would have saw that we are very low on the San Francisco backfield.
Yeah.
I just feel like nobody's the guy there until you're just the guy until next week,
Yeah. Mendez took Amari Cooper.
So I feel like
that's that cowboy love in Mendez.
I know he gets a little banged up now and again, but
he's guaranteed number 1. And he's getting Deshaun Watson for the playoff stretch if you make it that far.
Oh yeah, Amari
Deontay, I hate
Cooper.
you, Craig.
Yeah, I like Deontay Johnson. He's been on my team. This is the first year I haven't had.
I didn't want to say his name to you because I had my fingers crossed he'd make it all the way back to me. I really didn't think he would.
Yeah, well, I got something for you, okay?
I know where you're going to.
Because I remember the show.
I know.
I ain't gonna do it, but I hate you. Oh, ooh. I got a chance to screw both of you guys, and it makes a pretty good pick still.
Well, I mean, Allen Robinson.
No, I can pick A.J. Dillon and take a guy you need. And then I can take DJ Moore and screw Craig because I know he's high on DJ Moore.
I mean, you could take either one. I'll be all right. I don't think Dillon would fall all the way back to me anyway. I think somebody would probably snag him up.
Yeah, I'll be in the spot because if Dillon was sitting there for me, I'd have to consider taking him. But I've already got 3 running backs. I need to expand my roster here a little bit.
Yeah.
Do we go out on that limb? Yeah, we're gonna do it. Fucking Craig.
DJ Moore and AJ Dillon. We're getting into that dead running back zone. I mean, is what people are calling it.
We're getting very close. There's still some dudes there, but we are getting very close.
But hey, look, you just took DJ Moore 19th, and I think I argued that 13 was too high for him. Like I said, man, I don't hate DJ Moore. I just thought they had him a little high.
That's fair.
Who are you thinking here at the turn, Kenny?
Well, I'm really deciding between Breece Hall, A.J. Dillon, J.K. Dobbins. Most of those guys have not been on my list because I really didn't think that I was going to be picking here.
Honestly, the way that you announced them is probably I don't know.
I mean, Breece Hall, the way I'm pretty much going with it.
So Breece Hall at the turn.
Yeah, man, I was thinking J.K. Dobbins, but coming off that ACL, I know they're saying he's healthy and everything, but they've lost a lot on the offensive line the last couple of years. They're unsure about Ronnie Stanley being able to go.
They signed Kenyon Drake too at the same time.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. They signed Drake. They signed Mike Davis. They signed some dudes to just kind of spell them and kind of keep everybody healthy. Breece Hall. I mean, they are going to start the year in a little timeshare with Michael Carter, but I think by week 3 or 4, he's the solid starter. I think he did well enough in preseason, and he's going to take that job kind of. So I think that I got the lead back there where Dobbins would have been the lead back, but in a system with a lot of people, and Dillon was the for sure number 2. But he is that RB2, one of the few backups that has a chance to be RB2.
Yeah.
There's a tough spot there.
Craig, we're getting to you up here. Who you thinking here?
I just put in the pick. I'm going with George Kittle, man.
Yeah.
Kind of where we're hitting in the receiver market. There's a few guys that I like that might be able to kind of make their way back. I didn't want to reach too heavy, and my running back room is sitting all right. So I felt like this was an all right spot to take George Kittle. I think he's going to have a pretty solid year there, kind of as the security blanket for Trey Lance.
No doubt.
Last year I took Mark Andrews.
He's a stud. I mean, that's just, as long as he's on the field, you know you're getting 15 and 20.
Yep. Harris gone, Penny's gone, Brandon Cook's gone. Mendez stacking up some Mendez stacking up some receivers. Evans, Cooper, and Cooks his last 3 picks. Surprised here at Richie taking, Penny and then Harris prestigious on auto draft. So
he's off and on auto draft. I think he's got some Q set.
Okay. And then now we're looking at Kelly, back to Kelly, his last pick, Cam Akers, Keenan Allen, and Mark Andrews.
Kelly loves Lamar Jackson, bro.
Lamar Jackson.
He's had him about every year. Had him about
3
every
years in a
year.
row.
Yeah. Now we're back to CD, who took Waller, Kamara, and Herbert as his last 3 here.
Waller was a good pickup, man.
She's telling you who to pick, Kenny.
She's wondering why my team's so bad. She said, "Daddy, you won this thing last year. What the hell are you doing in there?"
Ooh, Hunter Renfrow. I had a feeling that was going to be Landis' guy on this round.
I think that it would have been Landis' guy that got back to him.
Landis is high on Kendrick Bourne. Going to probably draft Kendrick Bourne here in the next round.
I mean, bro,
he said that was.
I didn't talk him out of it. I think Kendrick Bourne would have went in the 3rd round.
He said that Bourne was his guy. That was the league winner for him. It's Kendrick Bourne. We'll see what Pierce taking Brown, Hollywood.
Hollywood's a good pickup with Hop missing time, man.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. Kyler Murray's still out there as well. I mean, that offense should still be pretty. I mean, even still pretty good. Rondell Moore.
Listen, you know they're going to get you to the playoffs. I don't know if any of them are going to play during the playoff stretch, but they'll get you there.
Yeah. Well, they usually start out hot and then die down the second half of the season.
Yeah. The only reason why I won the league last year is because Pierce took Kyler Murray for Josh Allen off my hands or something. Somebody did.
I did. I took him.
Oh, well, I know I traded for Josh Allen, and I think I got him from Pierce.
Yeah.
Your team is now on the clock.
I'm on the clock. Gay Day. Oh, Alan Lazard. Hot jokes on Landez again. Lazard got hurt, undisclosed injury. Let's look over here at the old player situation.
In the 5th round?
Yeah, and then Gay Davis went.
Landez is going. He's going rogue already.
My board is frozen.
It's trying to save you from making another bad pick.
Yeah, something like that. Who we got out here?
J.K. Dobbins. Man, I almost picked him over DJ Moore.
Well, I'm gonna take my own cuff here, and then I'm gonna
made it all the way back to you, buddy.
He did, and then I'm gonna take. I'm high on this guy here too. Amon St. Brown as well.
Pollard, pop.
So I'll take those 2 right there. Just kind of continue my wide receiver, running back situation here as far. So now we're back at Landez here. So still a lot of good players. Just kind of scrolling through this list. I mean, we're looking at some real good players here still available. Hopefully some of these guys will make their way back to me here.
One running back on their roster right now.
Well, that's because Craig drafted 5 of them.
I mean, that's also true, but
good model, man. Good. I feel like that's pretty good value there.
Ooh, good pickup, Landez. That was my dude.
Waddle, yeah, that's a good pickup.
That was when Craig said last night during Fantasy Show that his dude was DJ Moore. I said DJ Moore or Jalen Waddle, and he took Moore and I took Waddle. And then I ended up picking Moore over Waddle.
That was Deontay.
Juju, Pierce is taking Juju here. I'm not high on Juju. We'll see. I mean, he'll have actually a quarterback throw him the ball. So I'm too nervous about him and Jackson doing TikToks the whole game.
I think Juju's going to get his share of catches, which will be. I mean, I think it'll give him a decent fantasy season. I think he might be one of these guys that's a little better in fantasy than on Sunday.
Waiting on CD here. CD's last pick, Hunter Renfrow. I need to scroll up.
He's just stacking Raiders over there.
Yeah. And then I scroll this up over here so you can kind of see the board a little bit better. All right. No.
Adam Thielen.
Adam Thielen. That's a nice pick up.
605.
Nice. Adam Thielen's not bad. I felt like there's some other guys I like out there more than Thielen, but
He's gonna. It's a high floor.
yeah,
compared to some of the other guys that are available. I don't
Let's
know.
see what.
I'm just kind of looking at the wide receivers that are still there. I mean, he's in that. That's where he's right in there. You can't really.
Yeah.
You can make a case.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. And then you got Richie, Lamar Jackson, Cam Akers, Keenan Allen. His last 3 picks here.
Yeah,
I think this isn't even the first time that Kelly's had the Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews stack. I think he had that 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That's what I like about having the same people. It's nice to have a league where we got the same people every year because you get to remember trends and shit like that.
Clyde. Oh, he's taking CH. Clyde.
Who did that? Oh, okay.
Kelly took Clyde in the 6th. Schultz going prestige.
Slowly building not a bad squad there, old prestige.
I don't know. And this Schultz in the 6 is a little bit of a reach to me, but
compared to the wide receivers that he's going around, not really.
They lost Amari, man. That's a lot of balls going around.
Yeah, I mean they lost.
Hurt.
Yeah, Pollard or not? What's his name? Gallup's hurt. The other wide receiver they brought in is hurt.
Banged up.
Yeah, this is the first year I haven't had CD Lamb on my team.
This is the first year in a lot that I haven't had Nick Chubb on my team. I think I had him 3 years straight. This would have been 4.
Man, I almost took him over Montgomery, but I just figured just in case I do win the league, I wouldn't mind doing it with the Bear. That way I can just hopefully beat you again in the finals.
Hey, I mean, I hope David Montgomery balls out for you, but the rest of your team can lay a turd.
Cortland Sutton, I'm surprised he lasted as long as he did. That was a guy I liked a lot. A lot of people are high on Sutton
away from the Broncos.
Your team is now on the clock.
All right, Craig. Dallas Goedert going here. Mendez.
Dallas Goedert, good pick. I don't know about 609, but good tight end pick.
That's what I mean. Like, it's a little, to me, I probably would have waited another round or so.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're looking at it the way he's building his roster here, he's kind of solidified.
Ah, man, good pickup. Craig just snagging every running back possible.
Dude. Like, how are we even friends with this dude?
every running back possible. Pierce.
I'm drafting value, and I feel like I just rounded out my running back room. The thing that really had me is looking at the wide receiver.
You rounded out your running back 5 picks ago. You went 5 picks and 5 running backs in the first 7 rounds. Huh?
This is a 3-flex league.
Yeah, you know it's PPR league, right?
To me, looking at the wide receiver room right here, I know that when it comes back to me, there's enough guys here that I felt like I didn't need to reach, and I didn't think Pierce would have made it back to me. I mean, Kenny would have snagged him here at the turn for sure.
100%.
Yeah, no, I mean,
bro, he was gone.
Kenny taking
gone, bro.
Taking J.K. Dobbins here.
Listen, I talked about taking him. I mean, before at the. I almost took him at the 5. If he's still there at 6'12", I'm gonna take him there.
You guys are talking all this smack. Kenny's got more running backs than I've got.
That's because wide receivers are still pretty heavy, and running backs are. There's 0 starting running backs left out there.
Taylor, Lamb, and then he's got Monty, Moore, Bryce Hall, Dobbins, and Pollard here. Jerry Jeudy.
Hey, I draft value, boys. But I better start getting some wide receivers locked up here pretty quick.
Craig, waiting on Craig on the clock here.
Yeah, I'm torn here, man.
There's not really much left for By the time it gets back to me, there's probably not a plug-and-play flex receiver left on the board.
I think I'm going to go a little bit homer here.
That's a good pick.
It's got
Just
potential.
from
Mitch
the
Trubisky.
picking, that's a good pick.
Darnell Mooney.
Darnell Mooney.
At the 7-3, that's a good pick.
Yeah. I thought you said
him another running back. Well, Mendez building a little squad over there. I'm not too upset about it.
Yeah, I mean, look at Dalvin Cook, Fournette, Mike Evans, Cooper, Cooks, Kyler, Richie. Always has a good squad. I mean, the Cooper Cup, Tyreek. He's got a lot of receivers.
In the playoffs every year.
He got a lot of receivers, and then he's looking at Mitchell and Penny. I mean, I'm not too sure about we kind of talked about those running backs, but then Sutton. The thing about the Jones and Dillon stuff is Daniel could play both of them at the same time.
It won me a championship last year.
Yeah, that's
Dillon
a
was
guy.
my every week flex after for the last 4 or 5 weeks. I played Jones and Dillon every week.
We were kind of talking about that on the show yesterday. That's not a split backfield. That they're both their roles are big enough that they're starting pieces. You know.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Every time at the turn when I was getting Aaron Jones in that first at either 112 or 2-1, I was always trying to make sure I got AJ Dillon, even if I had to reach a little bit, just to make sure no matter what, that's a guaranteed RB1 if Jones does go down, and he's a RB2 even if he doesn't.
Yeah, when I was mocking there at 11, I was grabbing AJ Dillon quite a bit, like in 5th round, pretty much right about where Bodkins got him. Bodkins got him at that turn.
Yeah. Higbee, Chase Edmonds here. Now we're back to Kelly here, who's got Kelly. We talked about Lamar Jackson, Keenan Allen. Did take Andrews in the second. Did take Javonte in his first pick. And then it's kind of Kelly's probably looking at. He's got CH, maybe looking at another. Probably needs another receiver here. It'll be interesting to see what he does here.
Yeah, I was glad to see that our league kind of fixed the Devontae Adams ADP situation because he was dropping down into the 2nd round, and I could not believe it.
Oh yeah, if he would, I would have took him. If obviously, I had this second year for Diggs. I took a Diggs at the exact same spot last year as I did this year.
I see you decided not to go 0 running back like you did after last year.
Well, I took no, couldn't do it. I wasn't prepared to draft at 12.
Yeah, hey, listen. The only pick I knew I was making was 101. Once I seen that you told me I was the first pick in group, I was like, oh crap! At least I know I got Jonathan Taylor. I had no idea what I was doing after that.
Yeah, that's kind of I looked at the board. I was like,
time that I've ever drafted in this league and not done at least a single mock for my spot before because I figured out my spot 4 minutes before the draft.
yeah, same. I thought I was going to be 6. So I'm drafting at 6 this whole time.
I started drafting from the 12th spot in March.
Cordero Patterson went.
Who took him?
CD says it might be a reach, but I like this kid. I like the kid. I mean, that's not a bad pickup.
He wasn't talking about Patterson. I think he sent that before. I don't know if he's talking about Thielen or Renfro.
Oh, I thought that was already. He sent that at 6:34, so that's what time it said. So I guess that might have been the last pick.
Who's on the clock? Go Pierce boys. I'm always interested too to see the guys that had the managers that had kind of good years last year. Pierce was the first year in the league. You weren't really sure to expect. He had a pretty good year. It's like, okay, now what are you going to do this year?
Yeah, I know Pierce has been mock drafted. He sent me.
Oh yeah, ooh, good pickup, Pierce.
Yeah, I like that. Mike Thomas comes back healthy. That could be a sleeper. That could win. That could be a league winner right there if he comes back healthy.
I was really looking at him kind of in this range, but when they came out, either I think beginning of this week and said that, or I guess beginning of last week, and said that he had a hammy too, I was like, oh shit, they didn't say that, and so that kind of changed me on him a little bit. But
yeah,
but if he is healthy, he's the guaranteed number 1 there. you're going to get third round production out of him from the time he actually starts playing till the end.
Yeah.
He's such a wild card because we haven't seen him be wide receiver 1 in a long time, but the last that we remember on the field, he was great. So
yeah, I mean, but 2019 he hasn't scored a touchdown since 2018, I think, or 2019.
Really?
Hasn't scored a touchdown. Yeah, that's that because he didn't play at all last year, and then
I didn't play last year because I kept him on my bench for 12 weeks.
Yeah, and then before that, just never scored a touchdown. So looking at the wild man Landez's team here, he took Kelsey, Allen, Jacobs, Higgins, the Lizard King, Jalen Waddle. So I mean, Landez knows Landez got to be taking a running back, right? Like
he took Michael Carter.
Ooh, Rashad Bateman, that's a good pickup by JB.
Your team is now on the clock.
Landez took Michael Carter to be his RB2.
Exactly.
Oh my, Christopher.
Oh man, what are we looking at here? Godwin's out here. Brandon Ayuk. Elijah Moore. I think let's slide over here.
You want a receiver? How bad does Bateman going right before you pick hurt you?
Yeah. Man. I double back with two receivers here, or do I go? Do I take a running back? You know what?
Oh, I figured out what happened.
What happened?
Landez was looking at Patterson, and then he went 2 picks before him and lost his mind.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna fall for the highlights I've been seeing. I'm gonna take Ayuk, and then here's the playoff winner right here, boys.
What's this?
Well, I was honestly kind of hoping he was going to slide back to me because I would have took him.
I just feel like, I'll sit him the first 8 games of the season, but when it's playoff time, it'll be D-Hop's time to shine.
Yeah, I mean, you're picking this late. If he ends up never really getting back to form, it doesn't hurt you. So
yeah, I just wanted to went back-to-back receiver there. I took. Oh, let me get back on the board here. Sorry. I just liked Ayuk. What I've been seeing, it seems like he's going to be ready to go. Maybe he's Trey Lance's favorite player. You know, maybe it'll be his favorite target.
It's just a lot of mouths to feed. I'm kind of staying away from San Francisco as a whole.
Yeah.
Ayuk. I think I 100% agree. I think that he's looked great in camp. The problem is it's kind of what we say about Ayuk every year about camp time. We're like, hey, man, he looks good. He looks like he's getting the ball. And then the season rolls around and just however it goes, he just doesn't for some reason.
Yeah. Robert Woods here taking JB took Woods coming off that ACL surgery and a new team. So that'll be interesting to see what happens.
How does Robert Woods go if he's not coming off ACL, though?
High, I think, right? Like, you know what I mean? Right. He's the only receiver they have.
Before Gabe Davis, before Allen Lazard, before Hunter Renfrow.
Yeah. 100%.
There's no A.J. Brown in Tennessee either.
That's what we're saying. He's the only.
Treylon Burks, the rookie. I mean, he's going to get some work, but how much? I mean, it's going to be interesting to see about just the offense this year.
Running back, wide receiver. There's still a couple decent backs out there I wouldn't mind having.
No, I almost went back. So I got a guy in my mind if he falls back to me this late.
There's 3 dudes that I would really, really want that are still there.
Miles Sanders this late could turn into a pretty good pick there for Landez.
Yeah. In the 8th round. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good value for him. If Landez is listening, I recommend getting the Gainwell stack somewhere in 12, 13, 14 range, though.
I almost went running back. There's a couple guys I really liked, but I just
They
was
said
like,
that Kenneth Gainwell for the first 3 weeks of camp got almost every single snap with the ones. They said they had Miles Sanders practicing punt returns in camp. That's the only thing that worried me about Miles Sanders is, man, it just seems like they really like Kenneth Gainwell.
Chris Godwin. Remember Chris Godwin, man? He's really. I guess he's coming off ACL injury though too, right? Because he like last year
He's
too. He
coming
was
off of something, ain't
he was getting taken number 1, number 2, and I looked at him as well, but it was either D Hop or Chris Godwin. Which injury? D Hop's not hurt. He's just was roided up, so I'll just take.
Right. No, he's probably a little stronger. I mean,
yeah, I'll take a guy who isn't playing just due to suspension, much less
at least you know he's not, like you said, he's not coming back from something. It's not something he's going to re-aggravate.
Yeah.
And Hop's a guy too, man, missing the first 6 games or whatever it is. Maybe it'll keep him healthy through that playoff push for you. I lost him right before the playoffs. He got me there and then fell apart.
Yeah, so I'll need him for the playoff, hopefully the playoff run. Tom Brady going here by Prestige. Kareem Hunt lasted a lot longer than I thought. Richie added some good cuffback. Dawson Knox, Mendez drafting 2 tight ends by Mendez. That's you said there's the questionable decision by Mendez right there.
I'm going to say the same thing that I did before though. Dawson Knox is projected around 150 points, and so are most of the receivers you're picking right now too.
Right, in a 3-flex league, you can play 2 tight ends.
That's why
I did where I was getting somebody third flex.
Right, every mock I did where I was getting Kelsey or Waller early, I would pick up a Ertz or a Goddard or a Knox late because I know no matter what, Kelsey or Waller, that's just a flex. Really, when you boil it down. So having another solid tight end there, you're taking care of if he does go down, and you always got that extra flex if you need it. With 3 flexes, I try to just kind of ignore positions when it comes to pass catchers. That's why I don't say like, oh, I'm going to go running back, wide receiver. It's like, no, I'm going to go running back and a pass catcher because who knows how it's going to fall.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm about to be on the board again. How are you going to screw me this time, Craig?
I'm kind of trying to decide here which way I want to go.
We got what, 4 more rounds? There's 14 or 12?
14. God,
Elijah Moore. That's a good pickup, Craig. Gainwell.
I'm not talking to Craig for like a week after this draft, dude. Like legitimately, maybe be a whole week.
We're going to talk to him on Wednesday, folks, because we're going to be doing our weekly Pick'em Wednesday show. So
I'll be talking to you.
Breaking down the fights.
I won't be talking to him. I'll be talking to you.
We're not breaking down fights on Wednesday.
The games. Jeez, hey, see, that's I meant the games. If ain't no fights, we'll be breaking the fights down on Saturday, maybe Friday, I guess. Really.
All right. See, and this is where I start picking just to get back at Craig, and it's going to bite me because I don't even want it. I just don't like it. I'll buy myself a little time here. What round is it?
And he's got 5 running backs. You got to think you're not going that direction. I could be wrong.
Who are you thinking here, Kenny, at the turn here?
I took Ertz first. It's 2 rounds earlier than I really wanted to, but I started looking. There's some teams that got 2-3 tight ends, and I was kind of running out, so I went ahead and locked one up.
Yeah, I'm scared too because I'm a guy that waits on tight ends, and I'll probably get stuck with God knows who because I
started looking up, and I was like, do I really want Irv Smith Jr. to be my tight end? And I said, nah, not as much as I want Zach Ertz.
Yeah, yeah.
I got two guys here.
So Kenny so far has got took Taylor one, Lamb, Monty, Bryce Hall, Dobbins, Pollard. Kenny's got quite a bit of running backs here.
No, I'm definitely picking pass catchers. Both picks here at the turn. I'm just kind of deciding what route I want to go on receivers here. And this is, I'm going to do it. And Craig, you know what? Like if it bites me in the ass for just trying to get back at you, then it bites me in the ass for trying to get back at you.
Go Christian Kirk.
I want to go on record that I did not want to make that pick, but he was on Craig's too low list. And I never liked him, and so I decided I'm going to try to get one back.
They paid him big money to be their wide receiver one. You know what I mean?
It's Trevor Lawrence I don't trust, man. He's an overthrowing son of a gun all preseason. It just really worries me. But I don't know how much I trust Drake London down in Atlanta. That's kind of the guys I was going back and forth between.
Yeah.
I thought maybe a Russell Gage type, but there's so many mouths to feed down there, man. It's just hard to know what's going to happen.
Your team is now on the clock.
Well, speaking of Drake London, that's who Evan took.
Yeah.
Drake just went.
That's how it goes. The guy that I was thinking between, he'll go very next.
Now we're looking at Craig here. Craig's got
I'm going to go ahead and just kind of cuff Javonte here.
Messed up here.
The only pick I feel like you can make right there, Craig, because he would not have made it back, and you really needed to cuff Javonte.
Oh, you took Melvin Gordon.
Yes, that was a big pickup for you, Craig.
I mean, Craig is all. I mean, Craig got a lot of running backs here.
Yeah, but dude, there's so much value in wide receiver 11 through 14.
I mean, I'm 9 rounds in. I'm 5 backs, 4 pass catchers. So
yeah, nah. I mean, you got Eckler, Swift, Williams, Deontay, George Kittle, Pierce, Mooney, Moore, and then Melvin Gordon. And that's going to be like a split backfield. We talked a lot about the pack. That's who I liked right there at Stevenson there. That Richie just took.
I almost picked him, but I needed pass catchers bad there because I didn't have any.
I mean, Richie got a lot of building himself a squad here. He did have the questionable Penny and Mitchell picks, but to
Walker
me,
is he picking right now, Richie?
He just took Stevenson.
Stevenson was a good pickup there. It was hard for him. You got to think it was hard not to take Kenneth Walker there.
Yeah, Walker went to there. Landry just taken by CD.
I think Stevenson definitely the better play there for Richie, but having Penny, it just worries me not getting Walker too because one of those dudes is going to win the job. And Pete Carroll already kind of said that Kenneth Walker is going to get just as much work as Rashad Penny. He's just hurt right now.
And Rashad Penny's never – I mean, he's had opportunities. No,
he's had a lot of time to take that job. Now, in his defense, Chris Carson was pretty damn good.
Rashad Penny's always hurt, though, too.
Yeah.
Now we're waiting on Pierce here. Pierce took Singletary, Mike Thomas, Juju, Hollywood Brown, Mike Williams.
There goes Russell Gage. Good pick, Tyler.
Yeah, Gage was a nice pick. He was a guy that I was looking at, especially late in the ninth round.
He's going to have – Russell Gage is a dude I brought up last night on the show that you can get the most out of him the first 4 or 5 weeks while Chris Godwin's kind of getting back in the flow of things and Julio's getting in the flow of things, and then try to trade his ass because he's going to have a very good first 3 weeks.
Yeah. Traylon Burks, Landis taking his homer pick of Arkansas boy. Traylon Burks, yeah.
That's not
I'm surprised he didn't go in the second round.
Tennessee offense, then Burks is the dude you want.
I'm surprised Burks didn't go in the second round by Landis. And then JB out here, I mean, he's got just a nice – he's got the receivers, Chase, Pittman.
Always does.
Got another one.
Gabe Davis. Yeah. Oh, looks like I'm on the clock here, boys.
Yes, you are.
So we're at 9. Hmm.
Your team is now on the clock.
Yeah, we know. Let's look. We're looking at receivers. Kadarius Toney, Pickens, baby. I mean, that's a little. Where are we at here? Pickens, and then the wide receivers are getting to the bottom of the barrel. Do I take? I'm gonna go. Cole Kmet here, and then I'm gonna get my quarterback here, boys. A little earlier than what I expected to,
You're taking a
but
quarterback?
yeah,
He's going
I'm,
tight end quarterback at this time.
I don't. My computer's messing up.
Of course he is.
I wasn't. No, I'm not taking Joey Burrow.
Oh.
I'm taking Trey Lance.
Oh.
I almost thought Joe
I
Burrow.
think the Niners just ready to go to the Super Bowl.
Oh, you did? Did I?
Yeah.
I didn't. No, I didn't pick the 49ers. So
No, I didn't.
You did? Oh, you did.
Yeah.
I'll see. I don't really remember what I picked the Super Bowl. At that point in time when we got to the Super Bowl picks, I was about to die. I was just like.
You picked, I believe you picked Rams Colts.
Yeah, that's right. Because you picked your picks were different than mine. I changed mine up because you had yours almost picked the same stuff. Like I had the Ravens originally, and then you went ahead and picked the Ravens.
I had Niners Bills.
Niners Bills. Okay. I mean, I the reason I didn't pick the Bills is because they're the Buffalo Bills. It's one of the things still proven otherwise.
Josh Allen's Josh Allen though.
Hey, he is a stud. I'll give him that.
They've made Super Bowls before.
Yeah, they ain't won one though. That's the difference. I feel pretty good about my team right now.
Can't feel bad about it, right?
Nah. I took I kind of went with the tight end situation, kind of like you did, Kenny. I better leave here with Cole Kmet before I leave with Irv Smith Jr. Hopefully.
With other teams taking multiples, we're going to have to jump out there and get somebody somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, Cole Kmet should get work. I mean, Justin Fields got to throw the ball to somebody.
Yeah, right. Mooney and Kmet. And this is a big prove it year for Cole. So,
and this is the first year that Cole Kmet has been there that Jimmy Graham wasn't getting all the red zone work. The last two years while Cole Kmet has been there, anytime the Bears get it inside the 20, he's on the sidelines and Jimmy Graham's out there.
No doubt, yeah. So,
hey, Bodkins Pierce is going to make you really watch that Trey Lance pick, taking Joe Burrow 3 picks later.
I know, right? I got a hard on for Joey too. That's my guy.
I know. Whenever I looked up at the board and seen it had it open, I was like, "Oh, of course he is."
I thought about it, man. I had him.
Bodkins Bengals right again.
Hey, I almost did, but I've been high on Trey Lance. I just like his escapability, and I'm believing in Kyle Shanahan here, so we'll see what happens.
Landez messaged me and said he didn't want Treylon Burks to go anywhere else. We should be proud of him that he waited this long.
I am proud of him. I said I'm surprised he didn't go earlier.
That was a good pick there.
See, this is exactly what happens, Bodkins. It's a good thing we went out there and got our tight ends because Freiermuth's gone.
Yeah. That's why I was like, well, I better snag here. The board is telling me I better snag a tight end because, guys, I'm going to be left with nobody at tight end.
Yeah.
And then we got, let's see, who we waiting on? Richie. Richie's got to go receiver, I would think, here.
That was a good pick up by Richie. I know he needed a receiver, but Cuffin – he didn't pick Akers. Never mind. I take that back.
Oh.
He just screwed somebody.
I think Kelly got Akers.
Your team is now on the
He
clock.
sure did. Akers and Henderson, man, that was another backfield. If I got one, I had to have them both.
Yeah. I don't even think Mostert. I mean, Prestige took Mostert, and I got that job winning Edmonds that job, and Mostert's usually hurt. So
That's a backfield I'm staying away from too, and they brought in everybody.
Miko Hardman, by Mendez here.
How's
He
Craig
keeps
going to me
straight.
this time?
He's
I know
got
exactly how I was going to do it. I can already feel it coming.
Mendez. I thought Mendez was a Cowboys fan, but he's drafting all them Chiefs. Miko and MVS's last 2 picks.
He's converted. Just do it, Craig. Get it out of the way.
Man, I'm kind of back and forth here. Really, because I'm kind of wondering what you're going to do there at the turn.
Well, I can tell you what I would do, but you're probably going to take him right now anyway, so it doesn't matter. Oh,
I don't really
Who'd
like
you take,
to cut.
Craig?
George
Took
Pickens.
George Pickens. I don't really like to cup receivers, but with Deontay already banged up,
I almost took Pickens. I feel like
if Deontay misses time, that's a George Pickens thing. It's not really a Chase Claypool thing.
Hey, I appreciate you, boys. I appreciate you guys.
Everybody likes Pickens. They're raving about Pickens there. Tony finally went. I looked at Kadarius Tony.
Yeah, that's a good pick there, Kenny. I couldn't take
picked it
another
up the way you were going, big dog.
No, I gotta get a.
I'm worried about
5
Robinson
backs.
just coming off that Achilles tear. You know, I mean, he's ready. They said today he's ready week 1, but when you tear your Achilles,
Saying he's
that's
100% ready. He's been running back on the depth chart for all camp.
yeah. We'll see. I just worry about it. You know, that's probably
The
tough.
thing I worry about is whoever reached on ETN is going to have to deal with the fact that Doug Peterson's never used a lead back in 17 years of being a head coach.
Yeah.
Me and Craig talked about it last night on the show. Doug Peterson's the type that'll be sitting there week 5 or 6 and pick up whatever bruiser back he can off of free agency with no practices and give him 8 red zone carries week 1.
So
And I feel like Travis Etienne coming off of that injury, you just can't give him an enormous workload. James Robinson's going to take some of that workload when he's healthy.
Yeah, I mean, both of them are coming off the injury.
ATL will be coming off on the Achilles. I mean,
I thought ETN was Liz Frank, or his foot was whatever that Liz Frank.
oh, was it? I thought it was ACL. That's not near as bad if it's Liz Frank then.
No, it's Liz Frank. I thought he was coming back from.
Next to Big Dog.
Is it around 11? Man, boys.
Kenny's waiting down. He's going to auto draft here. The 5 seconds left. 3, 2.
Oh, shit, I really did.
Kenny just Russell Wilson's your quarterback, Kenny.
Oh, that's what I was picking anyway. That's what I was trying to click.
Not bad. I mean, at this point in time, let Russ cook. A lot of people are high
the
on
thing
him.
about Wilson is kind of the same thing that it was with a lot of guys where there's a lot of mouths to feed and you're not sure which one. I don't need to worry about the sprinkles or the icing. I'll just take the whole cake.
Yeah.
Rather than sitting there and wondering if I'm going to take Sutton or Judy back in the 5th, 6th, and 7th range, I'll just wait and take the dude throwing everybody the football in the round 11.
I was actually really close to taking Russ there, but I had the Denver backfield on it. I just don't want to invest in the entire Denver offense.
Wide receivers getting thin, and I really thought about trying to go that route and then picking up my running back or my quarterback next round, but just kind of that was the best value. That was the best value that was there for me to pick, and I wanted to wait half the reason just to say I did, and because there's still quarterbacks out there that I wanted. But
there's
value I felt like.
What is the last quarterback that you would have felt okay to leave the draft with?
Probably people that'll be undrafted.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, I would take, depending on how things go, I don't know how many more quarterbacks go, but I would have took Stafford, been fine, Rodgers been fine, Carr been fine, and probably Tua.
Yeah, Tua's probably my last guy I would have been like real comfortable with, you know.
Yeah, me too. That's why
one of my other leagues I have. In one of my other leagues, I have Craig taking Matt Stafford. Speaking of Stafford, I have Derek Carr. And he was kind of
Derek Carr's the guy that
bottom
I would have took late. I've taken him late in a lot of mocks.
Quarterback run here.
Took Allen.
Mendez took Rodgers.
Ooh, was that his second quarterback?
Nah, that's his first.
Yeah, he
got Kyler too.
Oh, he does. He does. Let me look. Man, from Cook, Evans. Oh, he does have Curry. He's got two quarterbacks. Ooh, Prestige taking Brian Williamson. There went Carr. This is the quarterback round right here. I started it with Kenny kind of started with Russ and then Stafford, Rodgers.
Wilson when I did was because it's so hard to tell. I mean, Mendez picked up a backup quarterback. CD just picked up a backup quarterback.
Yeah. They heard us talking about it, and then they're like, oh, shoot, we got to start drafting backup quarterbacks.
Well, it's just, I mean, when you look at that, it's like, man, I mean, if I wouldn't have took Wilson there and this run would have started by somebody else, I mean, if Craig would have took Wilson and started this run, by the time it gets back to me, I'm lucky to get to it.
Yeah. Let's see what Pierce does here. Pierce has built himself Najee, Mixon, Pitts, Mike Williams, Hollywood, Juju, Mike Thomas, Singletary, Russell Gage, Joey Burrow. So Pierce has built himself a nice little squad here.
Yeah, the thing that's going to be interesting to see is guys like Devin Singletary and James Cook. Like one of those guys is going to take the other guy's job.
Yeah. And they don't really.
Singletary was kind of taking the reins on that job, and then
that's what it looked like. And then all through camp, they've been saying that Zach Moss been getting reps with the ones the whole time.
Pierce kind of, I thought a little early there on Van Jefferson, he probably could have got him almost in the 14th.
I mean, you probably could have, but 11th, 14th, same thing at this point.
And Van Jefferson's got some upside there. We talked about it a little bit.
Compared to the other receivers there, too, you can't really, it's hard to say anybody's a reach when you get to this level. We're all just hoping and praying at this point.
Right, exactly. We're narrowing down here. We got two more rounds to go. Well, almost. We're at the 11th, and then when I pick the 11th, and we'll start the 12th, 2 rounds here. Let's see what Landa has taken. Tua. Is that Landez's second quarterback?
Yeah, you got Josh Allen in the second round.
I think.
Yeah. He just heard us talking about Tua. He's like, oh, Kenny said something about Tua. I better take him.
That's how it goes. No, he picked up Tua last year, the year before, whatever year he took the job from Fitz. And he texted me right when he did it and said, I just picked up the league winner. I don't think Tua had a game above 15 fantasy points.
Hey, Kendrick Bourne's still out there, Landez. Kendrick Bourne's still out there.
Hey, he won't be on the next pick. I bet he don't make it past 12-3.
Let's see what JB's quietly, who's always builds. Man, JB always builds this wide receiver, just these gangster wide receiver squads.
He can't help it, bro. That's just how he rolls.
Yeah. I mean, Chase, Barkley, Pittman, Gabe Davis, Rashawn Baby. He's got guys who are just like legit the only receiver they have bringing in. Lots of those Saint receivers from Ohio State.
He may not have no backs, but he don't need them right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you only got to start 2. You can run right up the rest of the way, you know.
Hey, if Barkley and ETN stay healthy, you ain't touching JB's team right now. He's gonna start 5 wide receivers.
Yeah.
Hawkins got himself a squad too.
I don't feel great about it, but we'll see.
You got some dudes though that at least finished the year strong and got a chance to do some stuff.
Yeah. I do not want Kirk Cousins. It says you're on the clock. Your auto pick would be Kirk Cousins. The fuck it will be.
I don't recommend that.
That's why you don't auto draft.
Here's a guy I like a lot. I think he's going to win this job. Here's
Your team is now on the clock.
That could be a real good pick about mid-season.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'll take him.
That's a lottery ticket. That's a who the hell knows. That's either a dude you're going to have drop by mid-season or a dude who took the job by mid-season. I feel like everybody's going to touch the ball down there.
Yeah, so why not pick him up and see what happens? You know,
Find out. I mean, Patterson got hurt last year, so maybe they use that as an opportunity to kind of take some carries off of him, and that'll let Algier get a little more.
Yeah, we are in no man's land right now.
Backs are dead, bro.
Yeah, well, now I'm on the receivers list. I got everybody I need. Now it's just who do I take the flyer on? I'm going to take McKenzie here, I think, kind of filling in that third wide receiver role for Buffalo. It's worked out for other people. Why can't it work out for him?
Yeah, no, that's not a bad pick.
It was him or Sky Moore, really.
Yeah, me and Craig kind of talked about Sky Moore yesterday, man. Him, Hardman, and MVS. I mean, one of them dudes is going to rise to the top, and who the hell really knows?
Yeah.
Tell you a couple guys I'm looking at. How close am I to drafting?
About 10 guys. Ooh, I mean, if they do, Landis got Ingram. I mean, if they do suspend, you know, what's his name? Kamara. Yeah, if they do suspend Kamara,
at this point in the draft, that value might be all right. I mean, we've seen them use them both before, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New Orleans is a system we've traditionally seen be able to use two backs whenever they want to.
No doubt.
Garrett Wilson for Pierce, huh?
I'm trying to see.
Oh, there goes Chart. Devontae Parker. Got ourselves a little wide receiver running going here.
Yeah, these are the guys at the bottom of that. You can just kind of hoping you take a little flyer on and hopefully they'll stick. Chart coming to a new team. Parker,
they're good at football, and you just say, we'll figure out if they're good for their team.
Yeah, Parker's, you know, that could be helpful in New England.
Parker and Chart are the same dude, right?
Yeah,
Can't stay healthy, both incredible at football when they're on the field.
Yeah, and on a new team.
Yeah, and on new teams.
Hunter Henry by Richie. I think that's his first time. Yeah.
Your team is now on the clock.
That's you, Craig.
Ooh, Gallup. Michael Gallup.
Oh, the Homer and Mendez kicked in.
Yeah,
he said, "Y'all saying I like the Chiefs."
I didn't expect him to take that. That's who I was about to take at this pick right here. So that kind of screwed me up here.
I think that's he comes back.
Michael Gallup believer though. He had him last year too, I think.
I just feel like at this point in the draft, it's worth the gamble for a guy that could be the number 2 wide receiver there in Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, nobody else in your pickings really guaranteed to be number 2 if they're healthy.
Who you thinking here, Craig?
Well, like I said, this just kind of threw me off a little bit because Michael Gallup was the route I was going here.
Yeah, Craig's took the 3 running backs his first 3 rounds, then went with Deontay, George Kittle, Mooney. He's got Damon Pierce, Melvin Gordon, Pickens, and Matt Stafford here. I'm thinking wide receiver.
Yeah, I'm looking at these wide receivers. I mean, at this point in the draft, it's just kind of who you like, you know.
100%.
At this point in the draft, you're getting to the point where I don't like none of them.
I know that's how
I'm just picking my waiver drops.
It's just dirty at this point in time. Yeah, you get to
I'll have
this
half
last.
these dudes drop before first game on Thursday. That was a good pickup,
So-
Craig. That's where I was going to go.
CD was kind of saying that Hardman is a put up or shut up this year. He's contract year.
The only thing I worry about
Landis
with
is-
Hardman is the fact that they brought in MVS and Juju, and they've got all the reps with the ones. Hardman ain't even taking reps with the ones.
Yeah. Landis, just get out of my head. Nobody's in your head, Landis. Nobody wants to be in that scary head of yours, Landis. Not one
If
person.
he was in there, bro, we'd all, I don't want to say it. Find a tall, no. I love you, Landis. But that place ain't made for nobody else but you Tasmanian devil.
Exactly. If we was all in Landis, had Kendrick Bourne, Traylon Burks, a couple other guys would have went off in the first round, you know?
Your team is now on the clock.
Dang it, Evan. Evan took Naheem Hines from me.
Yeah, that's a good pickup this late, too. Somebody catch the ball out of the backfield. And that's your
That's my cuff.
cuff, really. Yeah.
He's not a true cuff, but he's still cuff. All right. We're nitty gritty down here, huh?
Yeah, a guy I like next, probably the next.
Well, you got 3 here, but
Yeah, you're down to your bottom 3.
we're about to be kicking off the final 2 rounds.
Just don't know. Is it lottery ticket time yet?
Might as well be.
I know there's a dude that pissed Landez off if I snag him.
Kendrick Bourne.
No, Landez a big McKissick guy too.
Oh yeah, see, I that's who I was thinking about too.
See, I'm kind of going back and forth. It's either McKissick for me, Jamal Williams for me, or Rashad White. And I'm really looking at Rashad White because he's got a lot more work in preseason than people look at, and I think he's got a chance to kind of pull a little bit more of that job away from Fournette than people think.
Yeah, I like McKissick. They always throw him as the back, and right now, really, who knows what will happen with Robinson's injury? Because a lot of people were saying stay away from their starter Gibson because Gibson wasn't playing it hardly at all.
Taking that job, man. Robinson was a dude that I was looking at like the 8 to 9 range. I figured he was going to have that job by the 5th week. Really, I mean, as far as the lead back, kind of go from a 40-60 to a 60-40 for him.
Yeah.
What are we looking at here? Who's on my team even? Oh, I need some pass catchers, my friends. I need some pass catchers.
Second to last pick here. Taylor. Yeah, Taylor took Taylor, Lamb, Monty, Moore, Hall, Dobbins, Pollard, Ertz, Kirk, Robinson, Wilson.
Boys. Let's take some lottery tickets here.
Ooh, taking Christian Watson. I figured when you said a receiver, I figured it would be Romeo Doubs.
No, it's either I'm kind of picking dudes that I'm not going to really need for a few weeks that I can kind of just keep an eye on. And I was really looking, it was either that or Nico Collins, I think.
Yeah. At that point in time, Collins isn't bad.
It's worth finding out if Dougie can carry too. I think that he showed some games last year where they were able to, but that was mostly game script, and it'll just be kind of interesting to see how it goes. Somebody's going to take Nico here before this draft's over, and they might have a good flex play.
Yeah. Shoot, might be me if he falls all the way to one of my last 2 picks.
Maybe, man. I mean, kind of like you said, you're just grasping for straws at this point.
Yeah.
Especially in 12-man league with 3 flexes, man. No kicker, no defense. There's a lot of dudes gone.
Yeah, I was kind of looking at Nico Collins here, but honestly, at this point in the draft, I feel like I got to handcuff Swift if I can.
Yeah, see, I was looking at Jamal Williams too, just kind of for that same thing. Jamal Williams is almost a dude. He's like Aaron Jones light as far as like he's going to still get his stuff no matter what goes on with Swift. But if Swift goes down, immediate uptick. But
Yeah,
he plays so much like Aaron Jones. You know, even when they played together, you could just see it.
Right.
Yeah.
Even last year, I mean, as big of a year as Swift had, I mean, Williams had a decent, solid.
No, I mean, Williams is a dude he had to be rostered. Maybe you're not flexing every week, but he had to be rostered.
Ooh, Mac Jones. Richie taking Mac Jones. Richie got 2 quarterbacks now.
Hey, his next 2 picks will be quarter. His next pick will be quarterback.
You got to have 3. Speaking of, hey, Kelly was listening. I told him about Dubes, and he took Dubes.
Hey, you don't know, one of those. I mean, somebody's going to develop some rhythm there with Aaron Rodgers later on as the season goes.
They're high. They're high on Dobbs. That's who everybody's been raving about.
It kind of sounds to me, at least from what I've read, that Dobbs is kind of the more like right now, and Watson's kind of the more down, like
me too,
higher ceiling.
Yeah. I think you're kind of right on that. Let's see what CD does here.
Richie, man, I know that we were unsure when he took Penny and everything, but you look. He waited on tight end, waited on quarterback the way he was supposed to, and he built a pretty good squad because of it.
Ooh, hey, there goes the Green Bay receivers. Everybody's taking the Green Bay receivers here.
It's a crapshoot now to figure out which
Sammy
one
Watkins, yeah. Hey,
4 of them in this round.
Kenny Galladay.
You got to take Randall Cobb here at the turn just to cap
shit.
it off.
No, I ain't. No.
I thought about taking Galladay, but there was talk about him maybe not even making the team. Just makes him wonder how much you're going to use him.
Yeah, there was rumor about how he didn't want to play or this and that, and let's see what Wild Man Landez does here.
Curtis Samuel.
That's not bad. About to be my final 2 picks here. Ingram. Let's see. Let's get over here to the players.
Who did take most?
Your team is now on the clock.
McKissick was gone. That's who I really liked. There is nothing there for the old running backs, huh? You know, here's a guy that people are talking about. Mikey from one of the guys on LTS Fantasy was talking about him. So I'll see what put him at the bottom of the bench and then round out the team. We'll take Nico Collins here, right?
Yeah, good pick.
Last pick of the draft for me. So
I mean, taking Amir Abdullah there, you're basically taking Kenyon Drake, right? And before he,
you
know,
I mean, the last 2 picks, why not, right? I mean, you're gonna take some flyers and just, those could be.
I mean, there's Jacobs isn't clear-cut one there right now. I mean, he played a lot into the 4th quarter. Me and Craig was talking about that last night, into some early playoff games where starters ain't supposed to be playing.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that was to light a fire under him or because he's legitimately barely on the team.
Yeah, and we know that in that offense in Oak are, what they in New England, McDaniels they had multiple running backs, right? So why not?
Yeah.
There was they've always had like that catch-backing receiver. So boys, the final Bodkins team here to Diggs, Jones, Zeke, McLaurin.
Hey, there it goes.
Dylan.
I really thought
Brandon
Bodkins might have
Ayuk.
took Bourne just to screw with Landis.
Cole Kmet, Trey Lance, Algier, McKenzie, Abdullah, and Nico Collins. I'm not walking away feeling like, hey, this is the best team ever, but I'm walking away feeling pretty confident here. We'll see what happens as the season shakes out.
In a 12-man league with 3 flexes, nobody's going to walk away thinking, man, I got the winner here. It's so deep. I mean, after round 9, you're throwing darts.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one's walking away. This ain't an 8-man league where you're walking away thinking you just got a bunch of all-pros on your team.
Yeah, I got some sleepers that hopefully if they hit, like Algier and even McKenzie, Nico Collins.
And if they don't, see ya.
Yeah, there'll be someone that's a free agent or on the waiver wires that will
that's
hit.
Guaranteed. There will be somebody will emerge that no one's looking at right now. And I mean, you've done it before. Started out the league or the year not very good. Got a bunch of good waiver pickups, and it worked out for you, and you won the league. It kind of worked out for me a little bit last year. I got a little shaky at times and got the right waiver claims.
And injuries are always going to play a huge part. I mean,
always more now than ever, I feel like.
Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill tight end.
Hey, why not, right?
Hey, that might be super flex here in a little bit, mid-season.
I mean, the thing about him is you're still going to be able to play him as a tight end, so you will get to play 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah, but I don't think because he's not even listed as their backup anymore. Their backup is
you don't need him to be. You just need a 2-play touchdown out of him.
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, I wouldn't have done it, but
let's see what happens with Kelly's final pick here. Kelly's built himself a nice little team. Kelly's the one that got Cam Akers. Devontae.
Craig, who's V. Jones?
Say that again. Velus Jones, who he just took.
Yeah, sure.
It's a rookie.
Sterling Shepard. Now we're getting to the real bottom of the.
I think Sterling Shepard already got a concussion.
The Giants receivers as a whole, as long as Danny Dimes is throwing the ball, I'm not believing them. Trevor Lawrence. There's Richie's 3rd quarterback. You just called it. Took Trevor Lawrence.
No, he only got 2 quarterbacks.
Oh, he got 2? I thought he had 3.
Oh, we thought he had 2 whenever he picked Jones. I just assumed he already had one. No, that's what I was saying, man. He waited on tight end, waited on quarterback like you're supposed to. He built a pretty good squad because of it.
Yeah, he did.
I think everybody had some good picks. I think everybody had some picks that there'd be people look at like, I don't know about that.
Parrish Campbell right here in the last pick, Craig. That's a good pickup in the last round. Why not, right?
Yeah, why not? There was a couple guys here at this last pick I could maybe throw a dart at, but
yeah, I mean Campbell's the number 2 on the Colts. They got to throw it to somebody else besides.
Right. I mean Pittman can't do it all.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's like the Nico Collins.
I know he's not going to be Matt Ryan of old, but he's carried multiple wide receivers before.
Yeah, that might be a steal. I mean, if he pans out, especially that's kind of like the Nico Collins too. At the same time,
yeah,
almost the same type of a situation. But I'll take the Colts Matt Ryan way over Dougie Mills.
Yeah, Mills will be throwing it a little more though too. So
yeah.
Indy's gonna. I mean, you got to think they're gonna lean on the run like they have.
Mr. Irrelevant.
That's what I was going to say. Let's find out who Mr. Irrelevant is going to be.
He'll be on waivers by midnight.
Hey, Kitty, cut him, and pick him up 3 times before Thursday starts.
Listen,
Before
just as
Sunday.
soon as I can get him off my team, he'll be off my team, boys. So there's 2 guys that I've been looking at here. And I'm going to go, I think, the wide receiver route, just because I kind of just got a bunch of backs. So I was looking at Rashad White and just trying to see if maybe that pans out. Thought about Zach Moss just because there's been some rumors that he was taking some jobs in camp and seeing if maybe those pan out. But I think I'm going to end up going the wide receiver route here, which had me between KJ Osborne and Joshua Palmer. And I think I'm going to go the Joshua Palmer route.
That was actually my second choice here behind Paris Campbell.
I think that is the route. Then I'm going to go for now, make him Mr. Irrelevant. We'll just kind of see how it goes.
Hey, I mean, it's a high power. You got to think it's a high-powered offense, and there's going to be a lot of balls to go around there.
It is, and I mean, not only is it a high-powered offense, but Keenan Allen's getting a little older. Mike Williams is hurt a lot. So if either of those 2 things were to happen and you were able to get a few more snaps for Palmer, then he's the guy that turns into a flex play every week. You know, the number 2 receiver in LA is going to be a flex play. So you don't hate it.
No doubt. Well, boys, that concludes our. Let's. Kenny, you got any final thoughts on your draft team here before we get out of here?
No, I mean, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head. Don't feel great about it. Don't feel bad about it. I think I did pretty good in some spots. I think I got some questionable moves in some spots, but I think we're okay overall.
Craig, you got any final thoughts here before we get out of here?
I mean, I'm decently happy with my team. Looking at it, it looks like my team usually does. It looks like a tad bit running back heavy at the top end and a little wide receiver light. So, but it's a long season. We make a lot of moves along the way, so I feel all right.
That's how I was looking at mine. I'm very running back heavy and wide receiver light because I went running back early, and the wide receivers that you end up with when you do that, they're not the consistent guys that you feel good about. They're dudes that you're just kind of hoping.
Yeah, I feel pretty good about my team. Like I said, I don't know if it's like the all-star team yet, but we'll see how the season shakes out. They all got to stay healthy and they all got to hit. So that'll be the key. I feel like I got some lottery tickets, hopefully. Yeah. And we'll see. We'll go from there. I got the whole Green Bay. This is the first time I've had both backs, a lot of 2 Green Bay players. I never usually have any Green Bay player and got both running backs. So we'll see. Decided to take a little homer. Well, boys, we'll be back Wednesday night here about 8:30, breaking down, getting ready to make our picks against each other for week 1. I'm excited for that. I can't thank you enough for both of y'all filling in for me last night as I was felt like I was about to die. So
hey, just glad you're on the right side of the dirt,
buddy. But I can appreciate it. That show is about to come out on Spotify. Is on Spotify and Apple iTunes. I'm going to post that again. So check that show out last night, folks. Incredible show. Craig and Kenny is saving the day for me. I'm about to be on Buffoons and Bodkins in about 20 minutes. So I'm going to get out of here, eat a little dinner real quick, and me and Tanner will be talking a little football, some fantasy. Maybe I'll run the Ryan Larson's on tonight, so I'll run my team by him and kind of see what he thinks for the team. We got a couple other guys we're going to be talking with, so check out Buffoon and Bodkins. We'll be back Wednesday night, me and Kenny and Craig, breaking down week 1, our first ever week 1 football. So please join us. Hit the old like and subscribe button. And, boys, it's officially football season. Draft's over. No more mock it. Now it's time to buckle down, get your waiver wires ready for week 1. Get ready for football season, boys, because we are about to kick it off. It's going to be busy. It's going to be fun. And I'm excited to spew dump things into this microphone that absolutely mean nothing. So, all right, I'm going to hit the outro. I got to scroll down. I'm going to hit the outro, folks. Check me out on the old Buffoon and Bodkins here in about 20 minutes. I appreciate it. See you guys on Wednesday. Oh, that's the intro. That's the outro.